Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. I don't think we'll spend a ton of time on this one. The Bills are anywhere from 11 all the way to 13-point favorites. People can't decide just how big they think they're going to win this game over the Jets. We're going to have the Mike White show again for the Jets. 47.5 or 48 is the total in this one. Brad, listen, none of us have a bet on this thing, but we can at least give a little bit of insight here. Is the number too big? Do you think this is the Bills come out and really try to show people? Is McDermott the type of coach who's going to be like, okay, we laid an egg last week, so let's go win this one by 30? Like, what do you think of this one? Because I don't think any of us believe that the Jets are going to pull the outright upset in this thing.
That is the type of coach McDermott is and the Bills are, that they are happy to score 40 to blow a team out. I just don't think they're very good, right? I mean, we said this last week, that their offensive numbers are really, really bang average. Offensive DVOA 19th, PFF offensive grade 21st. They're just, I just don't think they're very good. The defense is based on playing a bunch of jokers. Now, do they have a joker this week? I mean, I kind of think Mike White is sneaky good. Obviously, he put up those huge numbers in the first game. And then that first drive against the Colts on Thursday night, he was going through the front two reads on the front side and hitting the backside dig. Like, he was hitting third progressions. I thought it was superb. And I do wonder, like, if you think about the Jets with a competent quarterback, maybe they're not that bad, because they had that rookie, Zach Wilson, just making awful decisions, like 3 and out. Like, I don't think they scored a point in the first quarter for the first 7 weeks of the season, and obviously that just wore on the entire team. But I think the Jets with a competent quarterback might not be that bad. So I would look to that side of it, plus the 11, 12, 13, obviously you want them more, and possibly to the under, because I think, if these Jets are playing hard and the Bills offense just isn't very good, I would prefer that side of it as well.
Stephen, the Jets defense has allowed a 12-1 touchdown to interception ratio so far on the season. I can't help shake that I think that the Bills, this is the type of game that the Bills goes out and just kind of really does beat the hell out of their opponent. Like, I think they're more of a lower tier good team as opposed to a real contender as far as like for the Super Bowl or anything like that. But they tend to beat up on bad opponents pretty well. And of course, I'm saying this after they lost last week to the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I do feel like this might set up fairly well for them to put some points on the board. I don't think I could take any points with the Jets here. If anything, I think I'd lay it, but it's probably just going to be a sit back and watch for me.
To Brad's point with Mike White at quarterback, it wasn't just him either. I mean, Josh Johnson came off the bench and threw for more than 300 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. And as a team, this is now back-to-back weeks where they've thrown for 398 plus yards in the game. So maybe it was just Zach Wilson's really young and has athletic tools, but doesn't have the cerebral knowledge to execute this offense yet, right? So maybe it's that, because this is now back-to-back weeks where the team has put up monster yards and 30-plus points. So I'm going to stay away from this game because, like Brad's been talking about, motivation has been seemingly a bigger factor this year, and you would think the Bills would have a bounce-back spot here, and it's against the defense that they can absolutely exploit. But I will say long-term here with the Bills, I'm going to start looking for some potential value here in AFC futures, because I do think they're vulnerable, and that market has taken a lot of money on Buffalo to make them the favorite at the top. And I think the AFC is wide open, guys. I mean, the Bills are plus 250 at one book right now to win the AFC. They're kind of pretty much that price across. So you're getting plus 450 or better for every other team in the AFC. So I'm going to wait maybe another week or two here and kind of see how things play out. But I think you can find some value here down the board in AFC futures, given what we've seen from this Buffalo team.
One other thing I do want to point out, it is a pretty bad pass defense for this Jets team. And just for whatever reason, I mean, Josh Allen has been locked on to Cole Beasley the last 3 weeks. Cole Beasley, 9 targets, 13 targets, and 11 targets the last 3 weeks for this Bills team. So when the props get posted, I think they're actually getting posted as we speak right now. But if you want to go and take a look at Cole Beasley props, he tends to be the almost like the first look for Josh Allen over the last few weeks here in that one. So maybe some Beasley props against against a really bad Jets pass defense.
Matt, some Josh Allen numbers here before we move on, just to kind of, sorry, Brad. Yeah, just Josh Allen, 30th in on target percentage this year, below Jimmy Garoppolo and Sam Darnold. His target percentage his on target percentage last year was 79%. That's dropped to 64.4%. That's despite having the same air yards per attempt. So how far he's throwing down the field hasn't changed, but his on target percentage has plummeted 15% this year from last year.